What is up? Hi. Hi, Rewinders, Rewind friends. I am Hoff, Josh Hoff. I'm the host of the Freshman 15, and we are doing Freshman 15 live. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, and we are going to talk some college ball, college fantasy, C2C, whatever you want, as long as it relates to college ball. We'll even throw some Devi in there if we need. Uh, But this is our office hours show. So I normally do a podcast on Sunday nights. I record on Sunday nights for a Monday release. And we'll talk about waivers for your college fantasy teams. And this season, we are adding a live office hour show on Wednesday. We're live on Wednesday. I'm going to figure out how to upload it as a pod on Thursdays. So we'll do start sits. We will do panic because I know that there's panic out there about some of your week one players that didn't perform up to your expectations and a lot of people's expectations. And if you have any C2C trades, any college trades really, but C2C's kind of tricky. Yeah. So let's get into it. If you are a C2C player, I guess, manager, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'm trying to get some C2C friends out there. And we'll be doing this, like I said, every Wednesday throughout the college fantasy season. Because once you're in the regular season, especially in C2C, the college side is mostly CFF at that point. So it's a little bit easier to discern, start and sit. Like you don't really need to worry about who to stash as much during the season. So we are going to do some start sits. And Yoda, what's up? I see Yoda watching us on YouTube. How's it going, Yoda? Welcome in. Just for our audio only listeners on the pod, so I can let you know who all's watching. We have I'm going to do a start sit of my own team to get us started. And let's see. A lot of C2C leagues, especially, do best ball on the college side. But lately, I have been getting more comfortable with the lineup aspect of college ball, and it's tricky because there's 136 teams now. That's a lot of players. Most of your college leagues are going to be at least start two quarterbacks. I know I have some that are start two quarterbacks with a super flex. So again, I know we say in all of our NFL videos, know your league settings. No, that is the most important thing. I just had a guy tonight in one of my leagues complaining about the taxi squad because it wasn't as long. The length that the taxi squad wasn't as long as every other league he's in. Pay attention to your league settings. Don't just assume that all of your leagues are the same. That I will never stop hammering that point. If you pay attention to your league settings, you are already in front of at least half of your league, because there are people that don't pay attention. They don't know that there's a half point, a 1 point tight end premium on top of a PPR. They don't know that there are two quarterbacks and a super flex. So pay attention to your league settings. Yes. Okay. Yes, that is. Let's start it right there. Carson Hansen and Iowa State hurt me bad last week. They hurt us all. They hurt us all. And their wide receiver room is. I still don't know what to make of it. It is. It's not a mess. I think it's becoming more clear, but it's something that I'm not trying. Yes. soul is dead to me. I just dropped some Xavier Townsend today in the Tadpole Bowl because I picked him up for punt returns and stuff like that, but he's not getting any play. So yeah, the Iowa States are not doing it right now. Sorry, they are. You said we were on the wrong guys. It happens. So what do? We pivot. And right now, I'm setting. Let me share my screen so I can set my. Hey, what's up, Zach? So we can set my lineup. Who do I play this week? I might play Zach actually. Who do I play? I do not play Zach. I play Yoda. Great. Glad you're in here, Yoda, so you can see this. Let's get this. Oh, I have Notepad in there right now. I gotta change that. Yeah. All right. Share screen, and we are going to go to my roster. Here we go. Okay. It's really nice that they being Fantrax have added their projections, which are not the best, let's be honest, but it's another data point to use when making a decision. So yeah, it's helpful in that it'll give you something else to look at. So it might muddy the waters a little bit if you're not confident, but I see this is start two quarterback. This is one of my most standard leagues. I use standard very loosely because I don't think there is a true standard in college on college side in C2C leagues. This is a C2C league. C2 Shining C. Brilliant name. What got to give Nate Christian, he's the commish, got to give him credit for that name. It's brilliant. Now give me some bonus points. My quarterbacks, I think Maava's a must start against Georgia Southern. I don't think. I am starting him against Georgia Southern. Mestamaker is in my second spot. I'm debating between him and Beck, honestly. I think Beck might be the better play. I'm between those two. I'm not 100% sure which way to go yet on that. I'm still go to games. Nope, that's not it. I just need this. Here we go. Yeah, Western Michigan's a 21st defense. Didn't realize that. I guess it says 21st there. Bethune Cookman. That's correct. Just making sure that's not Boston College here without the hyphen. You know what? Let's ride with Beck. I'm okay with it. Fortune favors the bold. Kentrell Bullock against Tulane. That's a decent matchup. I think Bullock had a good week. I mean, he had a great week. 23 attempts, 127 yards, 2 tuds. I mean, yes, please, more of the same from him. So I've got him there. I think Peoples is definitely going to play more this week than he did last week. He only had 10 attempts. And honestly, CJ Donaldson, neither one of the running backs did a lot, but also Texas's defense is very good. So I would expect Peoples, Donaldson, maybe even a little bit of Bo Jackson sprinkled in there. Yeah. So I would expect more from Peoples. I still don't know if it's startable volume yet for your lineup. Let's see who I have here to sub. I got C. Bangora, Fagan against Duke, Mackay Frazier against BC, Jakail Middlebrook against Wisconsin. That's a no-go. Jasmine Patterson's not going to play. Sutton Smith against Georgia State. That might be, yeah, let's do that. Let's get Sutton Smith in there. Mackay Frazier did look very good. I picked him up in waivers in a few leagues, this being one of them. It was hard for me to read that room before the season started, honestly. I know I wanted Clarizio just for a future bet, especially in C2Cs, but the other like three guys in the room, it was for me, it was kind of hard to read who was going to be the guy. Too bad Scudero plays Texas this week. Yeah, that is too bad. Everyone that got Scudero off of waivers, the few leagues that he was left in, he's probably not starting for you this week. Just throwing that out there. Let's go back to here. Kevin Coleman against Kansas. We'll come back to that. Jacoby Lane against Georgia Southern, yes, please. Jeremiah Smith against Grambling, yes, please. Justin Jolie against Virginia. Who do I have as a Seydou Traore? I think I'm gonna keep Jolie in. Matthew Henry, I'm pretty much gonna start him unless otherwise. Like he's gonna start every game. Mike Washington, yes. Jacoby Williams against Kent. Yes, Kent won, but Kent is still duty. So there we go. All right. What else do we got? Let me go. Got that. Oh, this one's a CFF league. Let's do this one. I won this one by just a handful of points last week. We got I think I was 8-1 last week. So I'll look at my loss, the team that I lost as well. But let's go here. This one is a quarterback super flex. So it is not a start two quarterback league. So it's a little different. This one is a CFF league. I started Caden Veltkamp last week. That really hurt me. They play Florida Atlantic. Yeah, he only got 11 points last week. That killed me in this league. I barely equaled out, but Haynes King against Gardner Webb, easy. Nick Singleton against Florida International. Sutton Smith again. Feli Ashlock, Sam Houston. Sam Houston is a dumpster, man. They are not it right now. Jeremiah Smith again. You'll note you'll sense some themes as we go through these rosters. Let me get up. Here we go. Let's put this in the bottom. If you have a start sit, drop it in the chat because that's what we're here for. I'm here for you. I'm here for you tonight. So let's do it and get your lineup set because I believe it's Friday kick this week. Let me make sure real quick. Don't forget to auto rank subs. Friday. Yep. Friday at 7:00 is first kick this week. So we will make sure that our auto subs are set as well. That's another tricky aspect to things. You don't even play me. What are you talking about? Help me beat you. Can't beat the king. Come at the king, you best not miss. All right, let me go back to this. Okay, so yeah, Buffelli Ashlock, yes. Miles Coleman. I might look to change that one. Actually, I'm gonna move Anthony Smith up there just so I have some flexibility. Because I think Anthony Smith against Campbell is gonna do some damage. Jeremiah Smith, Joe Royer. I don't have a lot of tight ends in this league. And Joe Royer kind of disappointed me last week. I have Lincoln Cure. That's a play for next year. I do have Decker DeGraff and Alex Bauman. Alex Bauman didn't do anything last week against Notre Dame. But they do play Bethune-Cookman. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep Royer in. Let's look at this Miles Coleman. So we can do any of our running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends. I do have Senecal and Buffelli Ashlock. I don't know. Senecal's struggled early on. So I think I'm just going to keep Ashlock in. I might do Emmanuel Henderson. His projection isn't super high, but he has been balling so far. He got, well, game one, he did not get a touchdown, but last week against Wagner, okay, maybe not. Who else do we have? Stribling against Kentucky, no thank you. I like that look at Jamison Tucker. He hasn't done a whole lot yet. I don't know about that. Watt over. What's up, Chaz? So this is I'm doing college start sits. I play NFL fantasy, but I am not an authority on that. I apologize. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't really help you with that. Um, I wish I could. I really do because I need to figure out my NFL lineups as well. But this is this on Wednesday nights. I'm gonna just be doing college lineups, college start sits, um, C2C trade stuff, things related to college ball. So sorry. um, let's go back here. Amari Kelly, he was decent. They have BC, they have Youngstown State next week. That might be a play for next week. I can't put Seneca in. I kind of want to put I don't know who I want to put in for this. I think I'm gonna throw Jamison Tucker in there. Wait, I'm sorry, what was his targets? He had 3 targets last week against Virginia. Okay, and they got smoked. Okay. Stribling against Kentucky. He had 5 targets. That's not bad. Let's put Stribling in there for right now. And I'm okay with Tate. I think Tate and Smith. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about starting both of them, especially against Grambling, because I think that they will both get you good points. In the super flex spot, I have Retzloff in there just because he went off last week. He had a great game. I don't want to. Coleman still. Oh, he is expected to play now. Okay. Last I had heard, they weren't sure yet. Hunter Watson, no, thank you. It's probably between Mensa, Veltkamp, and Retzlaff. I think I'm going to keep Retzlaff in there. That's just how I'm leaning right now. Yeah. So that is it for that league. Let's go to Tadpole Bowl. So the Tadpole Bowl is the college equivalent of the Scott Fish Bowl. And this is the Scott Fish College Bowl, basically, but they call it the Tadpole Bowl. It is Power 4 conferences only, plus, was it Notre Dame? And I think UConn's in here. I can't remember, but Notre Dame's in here as well for sure. And it is more of your traditional, I use the word standard very loosely, more of your standard college fantasy settings. Look at those rules real quick. It is passing touchdowns. It's a 6-point passing touchdown. All touchdowns are 6 points, and there are points for return yardage. It's 0.05 for kick and punt return. So it's a slight bump for those guys that are going to be returning kicks. And before I dive into this, gotta hydrate. Oh, delicious. All right. So I am honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about this lineup. I think Justice Haynes will be fine against Oklahoma. Sadiq will be Sadiq. He's crazy. I'm a coin flip, honestly, between Dante Moore and Jackson Arnold. I think Arnold is going to get some rushing yardage and touchdowns. Dante Moore isn't really going to do that for you at all. Um, you know what? I'm going to put Arnold up there. I'm going to start Arnold this week in the tadpole. Dane Key had a killer week. Yeah, 6 targets, 6 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Solid debut. Omega Blake, I just got him off of waivers today, or out of free agency, not necessarily waivers. They play Arkansas State, and I think they're just gonna hammer them. Jaheim White against Ohio, he'll be okay. Yeah, I think he'll be okay. Ohio's defense isn't fantastic. They played pretty well against Rutgers. That's one of the I only have so much bandwidth on weekends to watch games, unfortunately. And I did watch a decent amount of the Rutgers Ohio game. Well, it wasn't on the weekend, it was a weeknight, but still. Yeah, Jaheim White, I'm okay with. Bryson Washington against SMU. Yes, please. I am not worried about Bryson Washington. I think he'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. I'll put it that way. Um, so we've got Draylon, Justice Haynes, Waymon Jordan, again, Georgia Southern. I mean, he had 5 attempts. I'm a little worried about the volume. He did get a touchdown. Excuse me. He was the first running back out, as the little news blurb says here. Eli Sanders, how many reps carries did Eli Sanders get last week? I did not catch that. He had 5, so they each had 5. Okay. It was a blowout. It's hard to read into that, I think. I don't know what coaches are doing. Now they want to keep players fresh. It's week 1. How much run do you want to give them to become more familiar with the system if they aren't already? I don't know. It's kind of hard to decipher that stuff after 1 week. After like 2-3 weeks, it starts to become a little clearer. I like Mockabee against Southern Illinois. I might have to get him in there. I don't know where. Maybe over Haynes. As I can't. Haynes was my number 1 draft pick. No, sorry. Washington is my number 1 draft pick. I don't know if Haynes is going to come back to bite me if I do that. Oh, well, you can't be scared. Go with the Purdue man. Again, all these are my opinions. Do so at your own risk. But Mockabee against Southern Illinois. He had a good week last week. 14 rushes, 59 yards, a touchdown, a couple receptions for 49 yards. That's nice. He did have a fumble. That stinks. He could have had 20 points if he didn't have that fumble. But against Southern Illinois, I like Atron against Florida International is also, oh gosh. You know what? I'm between 3 guys. This is the way my brain works. It helps when I say things out loud as well. So hopefully that helps you as well, hearing my thought process. Katron, Justice Haynes, Devin Mockabee. Okay, Mockabee. Let's put Haynes. Okay, I lied. Haynes is back in. He was on the bench for just a minute. Just had to put him in his place. All right. I do have a timer. Okay. My goal for these shows is to go about an hour-ish. I don't want to go too long because it's school night and I don't want to keep anyone up late. If you do put a start sit for college football in the chat, I will get to it immediately. What What else? Do I have any admin? I don't think I do. Um, I do not. I do not have any admin right now. If I think of something, I would definitely add it. Um, yeah, DeGraff, Amari Thomas had a good week last week. 13 points. Connor Wegman had an almost 30-point week. He had a really good Houston debut. LaShawn Williams, 6 rushes. Did Jalen Moss do anything? No, he had 2 targets. Ugh. Oh, and he got hurt. That's right. Okay. Quasi Gilmer, 3 receptions for 31 yards. Jordan Dwyer, stud. If he's available and he's rostered in 26% of leagues. What are we doing, folks? Get him. Go get him now. Let's do a little bit of waiver work while we wait for some start sits. Let's just go in the waivers here. Oh no, I'm sorry. We can't because this is B4. So let's go in waivers here. All right. We want all players. Like Jaden Mayava's rostered in 75% of leagues. What? What are we doing? All right, I need to not look at that. I don't want to go to zeros though, because that'll mess me right up. Go back to points. There we go. Bear Morton. Oh, I'm okay. Let's look at guys under let's call it 30%. Let's see if we got anyone here. Oh my gosh. Nick Minicucci? Is that how you say that? I don't want to get canceled or anything. Geez, 28 of 36, 3 tutties against Delaware State. That's right. Okay. Tucker Gleason. I like that. 57%. He's too high for my self-imposed limit. Let's see. Brad Jackson. If you're in a C2C league, that's a good stash. He might start for you if you're in a best ball. You're not worried about that, but he's a good stash, I feel. Miller Moss, Steven Jelly, Cedric Bailey, if you don't have him, if he's available in your league and you have a spot, get him. Maverick McIver, again, 59%. Like, that's super low. Tommy C from Florida State, Thomas Castellanos, 43%. Malik Washington, you need to have him on a roster if you are in a C2C, especially. That's 24% is wild. Then again, that might be all C2C leagues. I have no idea. Giovanni Lopez, I just saw he might play this week. Yeah, they're saying he might play. That doesn't move the meter for me at all. Let's talk Malachi Nelson for a second, because I famously moved off of him this offseason. Just dropped him. Dropped him. I didn't want anything for him. I just wanted him. I wanted the roster spot. And he had, okay, so 22 completions for 178 yards. No. And he ran 7 times for 2 yards. So there's some, he got sacked twice. So there's some sacks in there. He's starting. He was highly touted coming out of high school. And it's the shoulder for me. I'm seeing that amount of yardage with that many completions. I'm still worried about his shoulder. But if you're willing to give him a roster spot, then you are a better person than I am for that. I just can't bring myself to do it right now. Where are we at? Let's see. Ryan Brown, no. Okay, there. Blake Shapen, no. Jordan Tyson's 100%er. Yeah, that's an easy one. Noah Fafita. No, thank you. I'm not interested at all. Retzloff is, I think let's look at their schedule. I think he's a decent option, honestly. Yeah, they're late season. Oh, geez. Yeah, I like their playoff schedule. Are they a triple bye? No, they only have a 6 and a 9. Okay. They play Mississippi. That'll be tough. Duke, probably. Tulsa should be okay. By ECU. Okay. Army. Okay. UTSA at Memphis it'll be a tough one. Florida Atlantic, Temple, UNC, Charlotte. I like that. I like that schedule for them. And Retzloff let's look at his stats last year. He was averaged 23, just under 23 and a half points. Again, probably a guy you don't want to start every week, but to cover buys and stuff, not bad. And he should be relatively cheap. As far as NFL outlook, Devi outlook, not really. I mean, I guess if he'll probably end up on an NFL roster, but I don't think that's not why you would pick him up if he's available in your league. Basically, is where I'm getting with that. Um, all right, Bear Bachmeyer. Oh, good lord! Please get him. Pick him up. Put him on your team. He's a freshman, and he lit up Portland State. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. Look at that. Look at those passing numbers. I was just talking about Jake Retzloff or not, sorry. I was just talking about Malachi Nelson. um, but 7 completions for 97 yards and 3 touchdowns. Efficiency. That's kind of tongue in cheek, but I have him in a couple places and I'm glad to have him. I think he is a good option. Oh, hey, we got one. What do you think about the UNC backfield? Oh, I got duped into. I think a lot of us got duped into starting Davion Gauss. Let's see how many of us, because I know I drafted him in more than one place. I have him in. I only have him in one league. Oh, I have him in a bunch of eliminator leagues. Okay. I feel less bad about that now. But yeah, the UNC backfield, man, is let's go North Carolina. Here we go. Okay, there's more than one Gauss. Come on. Why is it not taking me anywhere? That's weird. Huh. Yeah, he had 6 for 27. Wait, I'm sorry. I completely missed his touchdowns? That's not right. You don't have 2.5 points. This thing says he had 2 touchdowns. He did not. Oh, this is November 2020. What the fan tracks? What are you doing to me? You're killing me. I was gonna say he did not score. That's whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, wow, wee wow. All right, let's see if we can get this to show up. Oh, that's NC State. Wrong one. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Um, Benjamin Hall, he is the kid from Michigan. 6 rushes, 22. Honestly, overall, I don't really want to buy into this anymore. um where's my rushing? Oh, it doesn't show. Okay. Yeah, Caleb Hood had 10 for 31 and a touchdown. I have McGill in a couple places just as a bash. But I don't know. Collectively we misread the UNC running back room situation. Um and I don't think I don't know. I'm also one I am a person that will not hesitate to drop someone. As talking about like Malachi Nelson earlier, like just get off of my team, give me the roster spot. Maybe I could trade him for something, but who's going to give up something for him at this point after last week? So I might hold what's their schedule again? They have Charlotte and then Richmond. See what happens in the Richmond game. I'm probably not going to start him against Charlotte this week. But even Charlotte this week will give you a good indication of what it looks like, what that workload is, how it's going to be split, I think. But if there's nothing after the Richmond game, because that Richmond game just stands out like a sore thumb to me as like, this is the last chance. This is the last stop. You're either on the train or you're off the train. And that might be where you get off the train. Um, I'm okay. I am okay holding him until then, just to see, especially in best ball leagues. Lineup leagues, I'm probably not going to start him against Charlotte, unless. But if he gets more play against Charlotte, I will probably start him against Richmond. But then again, who knows? Who knows? It's a headache that I don't want to deal with on a weekly basis, basically. So for my sanity, I'm giving it 2 weeks. That's it. And then he's either going to stay on my roster or he's going to be gone. And if he kills it after that, good for him if he's not on my roster anymore. But yeah, I am not holding my breath. So let's go to. Did we get a start sit? Not there. Anything? Anything? Nope, nope, nope. Nice. Okay. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. I just wanted to basically introduce myself, introduce the Freshman 15. We are a podcast and we are doing a live element of that podcast on Wednesday nights before you have to set your college rosters for the weekend. So, Freshman 15, my show, we are going to talk about college fantasy football, campus to Canton, also known as C2C fantasy, and also Devi, because C2C combines Devi and college fantasy together. So it's kind of that nice mix of everything. So we will be here Wednesday nights, probably around the same time, between 8 and 9 o'clock. I can't pin an exact time every week because I have 3 toddlers and they go to bed when they want. They fall asleep when they want. So yeah, I will be here on Wednesday evenings live to answer your start sits, try to calm fears, try to stoke fires for guys that you may need to go get. And then the Monday show is a waiver show, and that is not live. I record that on like Sunday evenings, and we'll talk about all the stuff that happened on Saturday. And these are your waiver guys that you need to prioritize, especially if you are in a limited waiver league. And also this Saturday, today is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I think September 6th is the Saturday. Is that correct? What's my producer telling me? Yeah, okay, great. On the 6th, Nate, who you rewinders know, Nate Christian, and myself, we will be doing another live show on Saturday night after the bulk of college football games have been played. We're just going to talk about a couple of the big games, some players that you need to keep an eye on after what they did on Saturday, some guys that you like, Davion Gauss, that you might eh, need to be a little cautious of. Yeah, that will be Saturday night. I believe we're starting it at 9. But we'll be posting it on our socials, at Dynasty Rewind on the Twitters. I am at Hoffspur, HOFFSPUR. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all on Saturday night. Nate and I are going to be doing a little campus rewind action. And yeah, that's it. Peace.